you start behaving differently. You're being put under a trauma-based mind control, basically. And not mind control like Dr. whatever crazy's got his tractor beam. It's a slow, methodical way of psychological torture that will tear somebody down and not make them the person they were before. They're a top-notch person, and then after the psychological torture, just notches. Pretty soon, you're in a dark hole, and you don't know how to get out. Once that person has got you down to that point, they are gone. Now, in my situation, gone was like, it was out of a movie. I can't even, that's a whole another story right now. But they will disappear out of your life, and there is absolutely no contact. Unless it's negative. All of the things that you've built up in that relationship, all the information you've given that person, that you shared with them because you trusted them, they've saved all that information. And what they're going to do now, once they're gone, there's no contact, they're going to go everywhere they can to ruin you even further. So as you're trying to dig yourself out of the hole that you've been put in, you're just, it's like a big trench and it's sand. And you're trying to dig yourself out. And you're trying to dig yourself out, and you can't figure out what's going on. Why are all these things happening? Why are all these things going on in such a repetitious manner that it doesn't seem realistic? It's surreal. And some people never really realize what happened. Some people get it, and they figure it out, and they start doing some research, like I did. And I understood after that what happened. It's very, very hard for you to psychologically get through that. It's a very tough time. And they're going to know that. And during that tough time, while you're going through that tough time, that's the they're going to come in for the kill, because they know that you're the most vulnerable that you've ever been in your life. And that's when you need to power through. You have to power through. You have to become superhuman. And I don't mean cape, kryptonite, all that stuff. You need to become superhuman in a way that you have to function. I don't want to say like a robot, because you don't want to be a robot. You want to still be your own person. But you have to function like you're at war, basically. And you are going to have to change your life completely to take the steps you need to do to put out those fires that person has started in your life. And as you're going through this process, you're going to learn a lot. This is a crash course in psychology, in whatever you have going on in your life that you need to handle. It's a crash course in that. You have to become the expert on all of this stuff, because you have to, one, explain yourself, two, defend yourself. I don't know how many I'm going to go up to here. Three, keep your sanity. Four, keep your health. Five, try to talk to those friends and family that maybe got bad information and explain yourself. Explain how this process works. But a lot of people they are not prepared for new information. They don't want new information. They don't like it. They've already established their opinion, and you're not going to be able to talk to those people, especially if those people that you didn't realize that were in your life, some of them are psychopathic narcissists, and they know full and well what's going on, what was going on with you, maybe. And they don't want to listen to what you have to say, because it might shine a light on them and bring it to the attention of maybe of other people that they're the same way. And, nobody wants to be taken advantage of. Nobody wants to be taken advantage of. And it's the naive and uneducated, like that, can't even say it, uneducated, that fall into these traps by these kind of people. And now that I completely understand the psyche of these people and what they do to you. I understand what's happened. I don't want to be political, but this is the reality that I'm seeing right now. The Democratic Party, and I'm not saying everybody is Democrat, but the people that were running the Democratic Party were psychopathic narcissists. And they had this plan for a long time to ruin our country. And none of you noticed it. On the right, or the left, well, no, a lot of people did notice it, that saw what was going on. They know communism is horrible, and that our country will fail. Just like every other communist government that's ever been. I mean, China's a big power, but I don't know, are the people happy there? I don't know. They've got suicide nets outside their stores, stuff like that. You know, I don't want to go into that too much. But what I'm trying to say is, now that I have gone through the horror and the torture from multiple psychopathic narcissists, and I'm going to keep repeating that, I can identify it from a mile away. I can, like a psychiatrist or a psychologist that has morals and integrity, it's not going to manipulate their patient for monetary gain. They've been working for 20 years, and they've seen thousands and thousands of people. A lot of times, I bet when somebody walks into their office, as soon as they see a few traits from that person, they can probably call what's going to happen at the end of that meeting. They know what the outcome's going to be. I'm sure they're wrong a couple times, but after you've been through something enough, you're going to be good at calling that. And I did. I called this when I was in the military. I was in the Air Force in Central California, the 144th Fighter Wing. I was a firefighter for 5 years. I was a journalist for almost 10 years. I saw a lot of things happening, especially in California, that I knew was a setup for failure later. And so many people are easily fooled by being given things, by having programs that you go into, and everything is a program, and that's where you need to go, to your program, the people that run everything to take care of you. Well, a lot of people don't realize that some people running these programs, not all of them, there's some that are very helpful, I'm sure, but a lot of them were infiltrated by psychopathic narcissists that don't give a shit about you. Now, all you're going to be doing is being stuck in their programs, just like I explained, being stuck in the relationship. You're going to be stuck in those programs forever, and you're never going to get ahead. You're going to be on a treadmill going over and over and over and over and over, and you're never going to get anywhere. You have to do things for yourself, and you have to build good quality relationships. And if you don't, things will continue going this way, and it'll be chaos and destruction everywhere, because everybody's being a narcissist. They're only out for themselves, and they're not looking out for their fellow man or woman. It's going to destroy the world, and it already has started. So for all of you people out there that didn't have any idea that these kind of people exist, and that they will stop at nothing, and there is no lie that they won't tell, to get ahead and, I don't want to say win and win, but to take you over and control you, no matter what. There's nothing that they will not do to have control over you. Now that some of you folks know that, kind of take a look at what's going on around you, what's going on in your government, what's going on in your state, your county, your city, all of that. Everything that is going on around you in your life. Don't become just a paranoid schizophrenic and just start thinking that everything is going, that everything is for you, unless you're a targeted individual. that's a whole nother story. It's for you. And yes, you do deal with some noise, harassment. It's a whole nother story. Research targeted individual gang stalking. There's some folks that I think maybe have chemical imbalance, have some issues, and they don't know what's going on. But I think the percentage is, okay, here's 100%. Here's 100% of people that are in psychiatric care. Okay? That's how many are probably really crazy. The reason they're called crazy is because all these psychopathic narcissists find a way to explain why they're crazy, and will not take any kind of information in stats, facts. All of these things that all of the Republicans basically are putting out there right now. Stats, facts, reality. And people they're doing that. They're screaming like these people out here. That's exactly what it is. There is no educated or fact-based response from any of these people, because they don't have one. They know that they've screwed everyone, and there is no response. They don't have one. There's only acting out towards you, calling you crazy, calling you names, calling you anything that they know that bothers you, because it's a mind war. It's psychological, and that's how they run things. And people need to realize that and stand up for themselves, and we can regain our country back, our world back, world sanity.